Hello, guys and girls, and welcome to another episode of the ME7 podcast with me, Matt. Well, obviously, I think the big breaking news, if you want to call it, is the quality of League Two refereeing has not improved. Unfortunately, obviously, Gillingham conceded a goal to a very contentious decision from the referee yesterday. I also believe, he bottled giving one of the Mansfield players a red card for twice swiping out at Ashley Nadesan. But look, I think it was a good point overall. If we're not going to win the game, let's not lose it, as Owen said last night on the pod. I'm going to take the point through gritted teeth, as they say, but I would love an apology from the FA because I think they need to understand that, that could be big for us come the end of the season. But look, we'll move on. Something new, I've had some new title screens made up, obviously with the Your News, the comments in the Player of the Week section on there. That's a massive shout out, and I want to make to Scoops Callahan. You can find him on X at Scoops FM. He's done these all for me. I am terrible with this kind of thing. I'm terrible speaking, to be fair, but he's done them for me. So thank you so much. Please give him a follow, guys. I'll drop his name in the likes, in the comments, sorry. So yeah, please follow him. Thank you so much, Scoots. Once again, I definitely owe you a beer. I think they look absolutely fab. Guys, let me know what you think. But yeah, come on, let's get on to the news for the week. So it's on to the news of this week, and you have to forgive me. I say I've got my laptop. We're trying this all a little bit differently, me standing up. So starting off, the big one. Owen is absolutely devastated to have learnt that Lewis Walker has left to go on loan at Woking. Yesterday, he actually came on and scored on his debut within 6 minutes for Woking, as I think they played Aldershot, I believe it was, and beat them 2-0. So yes, unfortunately, Lewis Walker has joined Woking on a short-term loan until January 2024. I actually think this is perfect for Lewis. Look, I mean, had he stayed around the first team, yes, that's great. He would have been able to, sort of join in with all the bonding of the team and that. But actually getting first team minutes and actually playing competitive football, I think, is really key for Lewis. I really have, I'm like Owen here. I really do like Lewis Walker. I really do think there is a player in there. I think also Harris sees it as well. He's just been unfortunate with a few injuries. I think this is absolutely perfect. A perfect opportunity for Lewis Walker to be able to get out there, get some minutes, and hopefully come back and be, a contender for starting. As I say, because there is definitely a player in there. Obviously, he did play on Tuesday night. For those of you that obviously didn't go and live under a rock, Gillingham did play Dartford at Priestfield at 1-4-1. Dartford took the lead very early on. Tate Holton, I believe, was in goal. I know there's been a couple of things, but he's young. He's learning. Very good young goalkeeper coming up. We had some first team starting. Dom Jeffrey started, obviously one of his first games back from injury. Ashley Nadesan, who scored 2 goals. I thought he was excellent, to be honest. I thought he maybe actually put himself in the window to say, "Hey boss, come on, look at me, let's start." Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but he did come on and said yesterday, I thought he was really good when he came on, really showed his pace. So much so that somebody tried to assault him by taking out his legs twice. I just think that was all kinds of wrong. Do not endanger a player. That is totally not football as far as I'm concerned. We also had goals from Ronald Tittle and also Jaden Clark. Gillingham wing out 4-1 winners. I believe there was about 300 or so people there, so that's actually quite a good turnout for a beating game. Something I would really love the club to carry on doing. So yeah, guys, if you're watching this, yeah, please put on some more beating games. I'd love to see it. And I'd love to see us wear this pink shirt because I think it's great, definitely. Couple of other bits of news. So, guys, if you're interested, the club are looking for host families as well for some of their young players. This is a really good opportunity to kind of get in with the club here. Please drop onto their website and have a look. And if that's something that interests you, let's just get up the other couple of bits here. Sorry, forgive me. This is the joys of working with technology. So there you go. So Maidstone United. So we've got the Kent Cup coming up very soon. Maidstone United tickets have now been released. Look, it's a Kent derby. Come on, who doesn't love a Kent derby? Oh, and my computer's crashed again. So I actually can't see the dates at the moment. It's October, I believe. I forgot the date. It's coming up very soon. But look, come on, guys. Let's come and support. There's going to be young guys there, I'm sure, playing. Maybe a few first teamers. It's basically going to be a B team game, I can imagine. So come on, let's get down there, support the Gills. Coming up next, we're going to do some comments and questions from you guys, and we're also going to do your player of the week. So, comments and questions. Only had a couple come in this week, but obviously new show, so we're trying to keep it going. So please keep sending them in. I do like obviously having an opinion. So Stuart Lewis, not that one, of course. With only a handful of points separating the sides at the top of League Two, do you envision a bold transfer window from Gills in January? And if so, where do we need to strengthen? Well, had he not scored yesterday, I probably would have said Macaulay Bonne up top. So obviously, if he still hadn't scored, or if he still hadn't scored, obviously up until that point, then yeah, definitely say the striking area. But I think quality-wise, there is a lot of good quality we have in our team. For me, it would only really be if there was any major injuries. I kind of don't, I get the whole long ball thing, but Ollie Hawkins, hopefully. We're not really missing him, I don't feel, as much. Look, yes, a couple. I don't think it's not going to be anything like obviously it was last January. We were in a completely different situation. I think when Neil Harris comes into January, he's not going to just go, I'm going to buy that player for the sake of wanting to buy him. It's going to be a case of, what's that player actually adding to my team? Am I getting that much quality? Are they going to upset the balance of the team? Are they going to come in and be a starter? Are they going to come in and just sit on the bench? I also think, January is going to be key for us to actually potentially get rid of a couple of players as well. Then, if players are going, I'm not going to mention any names, but there are a couple of players that have come in that I think may actually end up either going out on loan or even potentially just moving on full stop. So I think there's a couple of factors, a couple areas. If I've got to say anything, is maybe another striker, just depending on what is happening with Ollie Hawkins. But I think Bond's doing a great job at the moment. So I don't know. I really just think it depends on where everyone else sits in the league. You've got to remember at the moment as well. I think it's the top 15 places or 14 places at the top rate, separated by like 7 points. It's not a lot. This is a very tight league. I think whoever wins the league at the end of the season is only going to win it by the odd few points. I don't think there's anyone who's necessarily going to walk away with it. It's all going to be really close, but. This is why we love football. You can turn up to a game, you don't know what's going to happen. At the end of the season, we don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be a tight one, guys. And look, come January, if we could sign a former Premier League player or whatever, brilliant. But they've really got to add something to this squad, because I think there is some real quality there already. So, sure. Thank you so much for sending in. In fact, sorry. Just to get this fact right, because I've just seen I did screenshot it. So it's 7 points separates first and 16th. So that's basically 2 wins and a draw, and the whole complexion of your season can change. So it's going to be very, very tight this year. One last one we've got on here at the moment. So from Blue Brazil, Gills have proved, so this was about yesterday, and I thought this was quite a good one to bring up. So Gills have proved today that they can mix it with the best in this league. Disappointing with the nature of the equaliser, but we have produced that level. But if we produce that level every week, we will be in the mix come May. And I think that's really key. I think if you look at the first 35 minutes yesterday before the incident, we'll call it, we were by far the better team. We were definitely in the ascendancy. We looked like the ones that were potentially going to go on and get the second goal. The incident happened. Our players looked very confused. didn't really know what to do. The game kind of, from our point of view, petered out then a little bit. We had a couple of good moments in the second half, but I think had that not had happened, yeah, we would have, it would have been a much, much better game from a Gilles point of view. But the key point is we're playing a team that are going to be up there at the end of the season. They're going to be, I think they're going to be playoffs at least. We haven't lost to them. We've given them a game, I think. They know they've played a game. One of their players has said trying to sort with one of our players. So, I think they knew they were in for it yesterday. But the fact we've not lost, I think, is really key. And that could be a massive point come the end of the season. So that is football, unfortunately, but it's a great point. We've mixed it with one of the best and we've proved that we can do it. And I think if we can bring out that kind of energy on Tuesday night against Crewe, I think, I think Crewe haven't lost at home, but I think there's a very high possibility that we can go there and do something well, especially with the fact that Bond has got his first goal. So, guys, anyway, that's the end of your comments and questions for this week. Only a couple this week, as I said. So please, obviously, send some in each week. I'm always, you can always sort of just ping them on the page or anything. We're going to get on to your player of the week. That will be coming up next. And guys, thank you very much for sending in your comments and questions up. So, player of the week time. The 3 players this week who, one, he's been in it for the last couple of weeks. And I think 2 players who have worked really hard, maybe not have got necessarily recognition that they deserved over the last few weeks, but I think this week in particular, both of these other 2 players have done particularly really, really well. So your 3 players of the week, we've got Connor Mahoney, Ashley Madison, and Macaulay Bonne. Well, guys, thank you very much. That is the end of the breakfast show for this week. Only a short one. This is fun when you're filming this at 7 o'clock in the morning. Thank you so much for watching. As always, Tuesday night can't come quicker. I think we can shake yesterday off, get over it with hopefully another 3 points on the road. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, up the Gilles.